The growing mystery around Lily and whether she's an AI creation in these advertisements or whether indeed she's actually a model being used for a totally different brand are all the fault of Meghan Markle. Because it is her weirdness and secrecy and desire to create some type of weird cult around her half-covered up daughter that has caused all of this confusion. And we're going to get into exactly what is going on today. But first, this revelation. Prince Harry has given up. According to Rob Shooter, he has now fully embraced Meghan sharing photos of their children online. And I was very taken by a video that British royalty has put together showing all of the instances that this couple have now decided to put their children out to the world. And British royalty explained, as non-working royals, no one asks Harry and Meghan for milestone moments or holiday snaps. Yet they keep sharing them. Meghan and Harry were never upset about sharing pictures of their children with the media. They were upset they couldn't profit from it. They once complained about the violation of privacy after Archie was born, claiming it was like serving him up on a silver platter. But once they left the royal family and the informal press agreement no longer applied, they've had no problem posting photos of the children, especially when there's something to sell. Blurring their faces changes nothing. It only feeds curiosity while they pretend to protect privacy. Meghan knows exactly what she's doing. The innocent act never worked, and it's not working now. And it is extraordinary when you go through this video and you look at all of these personal moments that Harry and Meghan have put out there to the world. There actually is no mystery when you put all of this together. The bigger mystery is why Prince Harry changed his mind. And Shooter says that he has now officially stopped resisting, with his sources saying that Harry did not only approve the latest photos released to celebrate Lily's 5th birthday, he enthusiastically supported them. One insider saying Harry is completely on board now. There was a time when he wanted the children almost entirely out of public view. That's changed. The source went on, Harry understands that Meghan's brand and public platform occasionally include sharing family moments. He no longer sees that as a threat to their privacy. Oh, that's convenient, isn't it? According to insiders, the key difference is control. Harry's issue was never family photos, explains a source close to the couple. His issue was photographers stalking his children. These images are shared on their terms, when they want, how they want, and that's a huge distinction for him. Meghan's birthday tribute to Lilibet featured intimate family snapshots and offered one of the clearest looks yet at the Sussex's private life in California. This wasn't Meghan convincing Harry to do something he didn't want, another insider says. Those battles are long over. Harry fully embraces it now. He sees these photos as celebrating family, not sacrificing privacy. For a prince once determined to keep his children completely out of the spotlight, it's a remarkable shift and a sign of just how much life in California has changed him. Well, no, that's not true. What has changed him is the financial calamity that is coming, because Harry still went on a podcast and totally slammed parents who put their children up on social media at all. He wasn't just talking about face pictures. So what has changed is that Meghan has convinced him that if he doesn't allow her to share the pictures, then there is going to be a crash. But then what of this mystery around whether we are even seeing the real Lily? Well, Paula Frolic has been investigating this and now asks a very simple question. Has Meghan been AI'd by a California children's clothing company? And that is because two brands with eerily similar ethos are trying to tell us how authentic they are, but both, Paula claims, heavily reliant on AI and seem to copy each other right down to Princess Lilibet. Now, I looked at these pictures immediately on social media, and I know the royal community is divided. Is there a massive coincidence going on here, or is there something of concern? And you'll remember, as soon as those birthday pictures were published, I reported here how it looked like Meghan had absolutely used AI to manipulate the photos, which some sources suggest could be as a way to appease Prince Harry. Oh, don't worry, this isn't the real Lily that we are sharing with the world. But Paula Frolic Uncensored reports something's fishy out there in California. Sometimes you see two seemingly separate brands, one a bland beige cozy lifestyle brand with keepsake boxes, another a bland beige heirloom children's clothing brand. You can't help but wonder, what the hell is going on here? Is this the same cut and paste company? She says that is the exact feeling she had while comparing two companies that launched in early 2024. Meghan Markle's Montecito-based As Ever Nonsense to San Francisco-based children's clothing brand Little Olives, founded by Danya Gupta.
I used to think that investing was all about complicated charts and terms that you couldn't understand without an economics degree, until I tried Prime XBT. Everything here is explained in plain language. In just a couple of minutes, you understand how it all works. You can start with a demo account to test your strategies without any risk. And when you're ready for the real market, the platform gives you access to stocks, currencies, and gold with just one.
Now, she's looked very closely at their launch statements. And she says both, this is Paula, says both were so similar in tone, content, and most importantly in triggering my gag reflex, she decided to run them by their original author, Google's Gemini Claude AI. Gemini said, the As Ever text is almost an exact clone of the Little Olives copy. It's simply swapped with a royal branding theme. An AI generator has taken the exact same structural skeleton and mad-libbed it for a lifestyle brand. It follows a rigid narrative formula, simply swapping the nouns to fit the specific prompt. Now that is coming from an AI bot, which remember is looking at all of this without any type of preconceived notion or narrative. But Paula goes on to say it's actually the photography where it gets really creepy. So as you can see, that is Meghan Markle's Instagram shot of Lily. Then here is the very similar looking child wearing Little Olive's buttercream bloom dress. Notice the child's full face is not revealed, as Lily's never is. Paula asks, still not sold? Here is a side by side. And after looking at that, she asks, is this Lily in the Little Olives ad? Who knows? Are any of the images AI generated? We know both Meghan and Danya are over-reliant on artificial intelligence for their copy. And Meghan has used AI in her As Ever imagery before. So again, who knows? What the hell was in the Californian water in 2024, the year both these women launched their companies? And was this the year the computers took over? Who is copying whom? Who cares? The effect is the same. Both sites and both women are just creepy and intellectually insulting. And again, I stress, Meghan Markle might think that this whole conversation in some ways adds to the mystery, adds to the allure, adds to the desperation for the world to find out, are we looking at the real Lily? Is this a setup? Have we shared anything at all? But I would argue what she's actually doing to her daughter is twisted, because by hiding the truth from us, by hiding her daughter's entire face and encouraging this type of conversation because of her alleged use of AI, she is turning her 5-year-old into a freak show. It is the complete opposite of what she is claiming to do. And let's be honest, this brand is in deep trouble. Case in point, overnight, Meghan Markle is now launching a was never campaign without her at all. As Harry's Meghan Spare pointed out, the problem with Meghan Markle is that she truly believes she's part of some elite class of people. And I want to go through this video. So this is Olivia McDowell. She's not a big name. She's got a few 100,000 followers across social media. And Meghan has now decided that she is a better face to promote Was Never. And you could argue that actually Olivia McDowell does do it better than Meghan herself. Certainly, her type of presentation of the products looks more alluring. But the point is, for a brand who has a so-called duchess at its head, the desperation of having to move towards a two-bit influencer to try and shift some of your product, which we know is sitting in warehouses all across California at the moment, is a massive sign of failure. A huge sign of desperation. Although I do repeat, I actually think, I don't know if you agree, Olivia McDowell has done much better with her presentation of the Was Never product than Meghan ever has. But I don't think that's a win for Meghan in this case, given it is her lifestyle which is meant to be selling this product. And you can see here, obviously, the idea is it's a sort of English-inspired American afternoon tea. There are still propagandists out there, though, and we have just caught Hello magazine finally admitting that that is exactly what they are. It was actually Hans who pointed this out when Hello magazine is faced with Abigail Spencer on a red carpet. They said the quiet bit out loud in order to get her to comment. We love your friendship. Obviously, we're Hello magazine with Meghan Markle. As Hans said, hello, admitting they literally work for Meghan Markle, lol. Unbelievable. They literally said that in the question. Watch.
We love your friendship. Obviously, we're Hello Magazine with Meghan Markle. You guys go way back. We would love to know, what is an unexpected characteristic about her that you absolutely adore?
I don't think anything is unexpected because she's just so glaringly glorious, you know? So I think she wears it on her sleeve, and she's honestly been one of the best friends in this life I could have asked for. So she is as wonderful and amazing and delightful as she seems. Yeah.
Well, there's nothing lovely and delightful about what she is doing with her daughter. Is there, Angela Levin, our royal mastermind, Prince Harry's biographer, who joins me now? Angela, so Harry has just given up after telling the world that his mission is going to be protecting children from social media. When it comes to his own child, he's just said, Meghan, you go right ahead. And what do you make of this Paula Frolic Uncensored reporting comparing, as ever, to this Little Olives brand with two eerily similar looking children, Angela?
Well, it gives you the creeps, doesn't it?
Very much.
Really? And very upset. But I thought, they had a terrible, terrible row after Meghan had gone to abroad to talk about never do this with your children, put them in front of the television or, do sort of anything like that. And they had a massive, massive row. And I think this is Harry trying to make her feel better. And that's my view about it. And she would be very pleased, but she'll do this absolutely hideous thing of using an AI thing to have somebody look rather strange, because the face is very strange. It's not right. You can see it's not a natural strain. I had it done to me a little while ago, I think and I didn't look like me, thank goodness. But it was very similar to me. And you can see how it just doesn't work.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, Angela, this could be a total coincidence. Of course it could be. But my point is that it is Meghan who is encouraging this speculation about the identity of her own daughter. That's what I find creepy. Actually, if she were just to post normal pictures like a normal woman, then everyone would be able to speak and talk about Lily normally, rather than this sort of internet hunt to find the real Lily, which actually is really horrible.
It's terrible. I also thought that this happened at the time of the wedding and that she would get a lot of publicity for it because she's so careful about doing something that makes her important. And I thought it was just horrible because the little girl was in their arms. So why didn't she show that little girl then? I mean, poor little Lily. I mean, it's just very, very upsetting. Look at that, you see. And this is, she obviously is standing on something to be at the same height, and she's reaching with her
And actually,
neck.
Angela, people are saying in that picture, she's not even looking directly into her daughter's eyes.
Well, there we are, you see. She wants to be, maybe her own eyes to be the ones that you see, but actually not to have your own child with the face when you've made this huge fuss and the hair is pushed over. It's really just, it's terrible, isn't it? She's a very, very determined but not pleasant woman.
Well,
I
indeed.
don't know how someone can say how lovely she is, actually. Or, you know, I just can't understand it because she's so unkind. She's so rude to people. She thinks so much about herself. How can you possibly say that? I don't know. But anyway, leave
And
it
she
to
is doing this to her own daughter, Angela.
I
That
know.
is the point.
And the other thing is that her son has disappeared.
Well, she
You know,
doesn't
they
give
were
a damn
having
about him, does she? Because
a
he's not going to
family
make her the money.
picture, and he's not in it. I mean, what does he feel? He's 7. Well, there it is now, but that's an old photo. But, you know, to say that to a 7-year-old, push him out because she doesn't feel the same about him as she does about Lilith for gaining money. It's just horrible, isn't it? Really horrible.
It is. Angela, in terms of the real royals, big news out of the Daily Mail. I have to stress, not confirmed yet, but Richard Eden saying that it is going to be revealed this week that Prince George will be attending Eton. Let me take you through his exclusive report. Ever since his birth 13 years ago next month, he's been the subject of intense public interest, not only here in Britain, but around the world. Now, though, the scrutiny Prince George is obliged to contend with is just about to go up several notches thanks to an official announcement, which I understand is imminent and which comes only after prolonged heart-searching by his parents. It's going to be announced next week that George will start at Eton in September, I'm told. The timing is no accident. This past week has been one of the most daunting of George's life, during which he sat the common entrance exam for Eton and came through successfully. It was a crucial test given the contrasting experiences of his father and his uncle in exile, Prince Harry. Whereas William relished his time at school, from where he progressed to St Andrews University, the less academic Harry struggled, a battle he could have been spared had he been sent to another establishment where brain power was less highly prized than it is at £63,000 per year, Eton, which has educated no fewer than 20 British Prime Ministers, the most recent being David Cameron and Boris Johnson. So perhaps it's no surprise that William and Catherine, who was deeply unhappy at Down House before switching schools to Marlborough College, have considered other possibilities. In recent years, they've visited the £62,000 per year Arundel and St Edward's, Oxford, known as Teddy's, whose old Etonian headmaster Alistair Churnside is considered the most brilliant of his generation. But both Arundel and Teddy's are mixed, one of the factors that it's said helped sway William and Catherine's final decision. We're in the smartphone era, muses Powell. Any picture of George with a girl could be around the world in a moment. However innocent the kiss might be.